Okay, here we go. Previously in the GodBreaking, you guys are still in the plane of Shehakim, making your way through this frozen landscape. Last week, you guys were on your way to go and rescue these angels, helpers or companions of Magali, the angels Fidele. They've been captured by some demons, by these evil, hellish forces on this land, and they were actually captured and were being escorted to the Malavelm, this large tree-like structure that had been sucking and consuming the souls of all these different beings. You guys went and tried to intervene, and in the process of intervening, began combat with Carrion, this high-level demon, and several of the other creatures on this place, that are escorting the souls. So you guys were fighting in this old these are the ruins of this old like temple, and right now you're currently underground. So in this area right here, I'll use this little black thing. Adis had summoned an underground magical temple, and it's pretty long lengthwise, and it's under the ground, about 40 or 50 feet underground. You guys had gone in one side of it, went the length of the tunnel. On the other side, you found Carrion had already been extended himself, and these draperies, these tendrils were hanging all over the place. We left off last week with Adis being grabbed by these tendrils, and pulled outside of this underground temple, and being flayed alive in front of you, by these tendrils. So right now, three of you, I believe, so that's Elwyn, Deimos, and Renly, are inside this underground temple still, and the doorway is open, and Adis is out there hanging in the hallway and just in the ground in front of you, being ripped apart, flesh, like you can see his skin breaking, and blood pouring out from different gaps in his robes. That is where we left off. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. But you have the Angels Fidele with you. You brought the Angels Fidele with you. Okay? So, we have paused initiative. You guys are free to act at your own behest, at your own will. But you're standing there dumbstruck as Adis is being basically torn apart piece by piece in front of you. What do you guys do?
I cast invulnerability on myself.
At this time, you can't do anything right now.
Why not? Are you able to speak?
Because you're being torn apart. Huh? At this
Able
exact
to
moment,
speak?
no. No,
Okay.
you're not. You can't do anything.
Okay.
All right. Do these tendrils notice as like I pull Adis away from him?
As you reach out and grab him,
Wait up, hold on.
Hey,
I look over to you, and I tell you, I see you, Deimos,
hey.
but I don't need any help. I'm gonna do this all on my lonely. I don't need any of my homies. And I'm gonna pop my 10th and 9th level spell slots to become Super Deimos. I mean, Super Elwyn.
I was like, wait a second. How did you turn into me? Oh, so good.
okay.
You know what?
So
I'm just imagining Elwin, like, walking out the door, like wings ablaze, golden light, like savior complex, going out to Edith to save him.
oh, that's exactly what happens. The whole
Yeah.
tunnel, underground tunnel, just burns in his brilliant golden light. His hair goes or starts to flow. There's a slight breeze in here. All his cloak and everything's like slowly waving in the wind. Very very much slow motion. Okay, so you went full on
Yeah.
thunder and lightning
Like
god from the sky.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while that happens, Renly, what do you do?
I was still quite stunned, so I hadn't thought of what you were doing. I'm assuming that while I'm thinking that Deimos was charging.
Oh, Elwin would tell you, get the Fidelis to their destination.
Okay.
Elwin's
So
got this.
all
Okay,
right.
purple worming in.
Okay. So again, these are the angels Fidele.
They're so weird looking. There's something wrong with them.
That's kind of gross.
Are you guys like step siblings? What the fuck's wrong with you? It's
Where
weird.
are your arms? I don't see them.
I see 2 feet, but 4 legs.
Okay. So go ahead.
Oh, Amos is going to, since I'm already number 2 right now, I'm going to hit super, super, super Deimos.
Okay. So this is red. This is red version or what?
Yeah. I don't know where I stuck the. I don't think it was the red version happens till I get knocked out, right?
Hold on. We changed this, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought I hit red version once that death ward procced.
Oh, come close to me. I'll proc it.
Didn't I give you? I guess I gave you something.
Yeah, I did. I just don't know where it's at on here because, like, I have a really no. I'm not saying that I'm good at organizing on here, but
Okay.
I'm trying to find where the fuck I put it.
Super Deimos red unarmed strike. So I gave you the attacks when in.
Yeah,
I think we changed it, didn't we? So that he doesn't. Let's see here. 7, 8, 9. That's your Super Deimos. Super Deimos. Super Deimos. I think I separated it out because right now you have Super Deimos is level 1 or level 7. Level
Yeah.
8 you go super, and level 9 is
so
your.
I think the thing is it's because I have super 3 Deimos didn't hear no bell, and it has the exact same thing as super Deimos. So at some point in time, they turn into the same spell.
Okay. Deimos didn't hear no bell, and that's your 9th level spell, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the red one. I don't know where the red one's at.
Okay, yeah, let's just say that that's red. Your
Okay.
level 3 is where you take your 9th level spell. That's red mode.
Okay.
And when you're in red mode, you can use the red punch.
Cool.
And what's your level 10 again?
It's a
Level 10
very,
is
very good question because I don't think I've ever used it.
level 10 isn't that when? Oh no, your level 10 is when you activate your what do you call it? Your
Or is that the super one?
your weapon. No, level 10
Yeah.
is when you activate your weapon and you become the teleporting Deimos.
Yeah, that's what that one is. Okay.
Titan
Yep.
Deimos. Yeah, that's blue. That's blue. All right. I think we're clear.
Activate that. Okay, sweet.
Okay, I think we're clear.
Ugh. So many different random buff procs. Not ready for this. All right.
Okay. All right. So what mode do you go?
So I went all the way up to the 9th one. Well, I
Okay.
have it set there, so if I go down, it goes up.
Okay. So Elwin, you use your 10th level to do this.
Yeah, go full Owen.
All right, so he's full. So and Deimos, you're red mode. You're not blue mode yet. You're just red
Mhm.
mode. Okay. All right. So Renly, you're standing there and you see, it's like, jeez, does this actually happen in Dragon Ball Z where it's like Goku and Vegeta just go straight from like normal Goku and Vegeta and they crank up all the way to the top instantly.
Every
Both of
time
them.
we just
Yeah,
yell
it's-
really loud.
yeah.
No strategy whatsoever.
Yeah,
Zero
yeah.
strategy.
Just blast all the way to the top. Except Deimos doesn't go quite all the way. He holds himself
Except
one level.
you can tell Elwin which level he's in by the size of his boner.
Okay. Yeah, it's like he's walking around with a yardstick just like sticking in front of his pants. All right. All right. So Deimos, you're powered all the way up. Ellen, you're powered all the way up. What do you guys do?
Was Renly doing anything?
Yeah, Renly, what are you doing?
Warming it, and I'm ready to get the angels out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I said before I powered up, I'll hold him back. You guys
Exactly.
get him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
If I happen to get Adis back, that's a bonus, but
Deimos is super fast.
it's not the priority, is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
I'm gonna get Deimos. Oh wait, I'm gonna get that Edis.
Okay. Renly, you're in purple worm mode. You've got the angels attached to you. They're on your back. They're barely conscious, right? But they are
Mhm.
physically there with you. You look back and you see that they're being held to your back, and Annabelle, Jane, Louisa May, Shirley, Joe has wrapped a little rope around them and
Aw.
has basically tied them to your back.
I nod in approval. The ground shakes.
Mm-hmm. She looks at you and she lifts her head up, her head tipping backwards, and then she tips her head forward and her head tilting down as she nods yes to you. Very
It took
slowly.
30 seconds, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so you're all set. Deimos and Elwin, what do you guys do? Adis is out there in the hallway, dripping blood. All his basically all his body fluids are beginning to pour out of him.
That's pretty gross. But I grab him.
Well, you grab him. I'll cauterize his wounds. And
Smart
by his
plan.
wounds, I mean this dumb bitch.
Okay. All right. So Adis is gonna in that time where you're out there, Adis is gonna take a little bit more damage. So Deimos, you charge out there into the tendrils, and you can instantly feel them begin to cling towards you and move towards you.
Move towards me. You can't catch me. You're pathetic. You're weak. I'm Deimos, and I'm straight high on PCP right now.
Yeah.
I
You
blast
out
those
from nowhere.
tendrils.
Ooh, okay. So, an aurora of fire and flame, these tendrils come out, wrapping towards you, Deimos. And as they come towards you, you smack a couple of them back. Your hands moving out, like lightning speed, and you can see, the few that you hit recoil back. Some of them burn and shatter, in the radiant light that you're emitting. Others, are consumed in flame as bolts and beams of fire circulate all around you from behind as Elwin is just filling the whole area, this whole tunnel, with his magical flame. You guys hurtle towards Adis like shot out of a cannon, and you cover the 30 feet to him, almost instantly. And Deimos, you're at Adis now, and you can see these tendrils wrapped up around him. And not only are they wrapped around him, but some of them are passing into, like, squeezing so tightly that they're like beginning to be, his flesh is starting to flap over them. All right, so they're almost like inside him right now. Yeah, under the skin. They're
Gross.
squeezing him so tightly.
Once we get there, I will, as a reaction, put up my bubble.
Okay. Tesla fraction?
Try and is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tesla fraction. I'm gonna Tesla fraction the shit out of it. See if we can save Adis.
We cut him. And then while he cuts that shit, I'm gonna rip all that crap off.
Okay. You guys slam into the area, just like, and there's a literal like sonic boom, just like rips through the ground as you guys stop, at Adis. Deimos, you
What's 3
grab him
plus
and you
5? 3 plus 5, 8, and then a
Mhm.
1. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I was counting
got it?
spell slots in my head.
Count 9 tired.
You slam into the area. Deimos, you're in a ball of radiant light. You crash into Adis and rip the tentacles, the tendrils that are holding him, from to the ceiling, and you tear him from the ones that you can see, and immediately surrounding you, this glowing, blazing ball of lightning crackles in the air. Elwyn forms. You know how like in Terminator, when the T-1000 teleports in and there's the time bubble and like
Oh,
hits down
yes.
the hole in the wall and in the concrete, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. You guys are all inside that little bubble, and oddly enough, you guys are all naked at this moment, just because you're in the bubble.
Yes.
That's
That
Ellen's
makes
natural
perfect
state.
sense.
Yeah, you're you're in such your raw, powerful forms. It's almost like you're naked. And Deimos, you're tearing these flaps of cloth and tendrils off of Adis's body, just like ripping and shredding them off. Sprays of blood everywhere, but in the heat and the radiance around you, you can see the wounds burning and sealing shut. Okay?
Like good, like sealing shut, or bad
Yeah,
sealing?
yeah. It's keeping him from dying. All right. So
Okay, good,
Adis
good.
is he's greatly wounded, but you manage to free him from the trappings of these tendrils.
This thing's an idiot. He doesn't know Adis can turn into literally almost anything. It's fucked.
Okay. All right, Renly. So you see them hurtle out of the tunnel that you're in. What do you do?
If they're still in the, are they blocking the whole path with the Tesla fraction, or is there a
Yeah,
path to move through?
they are ahead of you and they are blocking the whole path. Yes.
I will have to wait. I'm waiting until the path clears, and then I'm booking it.
Okay. Now remember,
But
you made the tunnel and as
I
you're
thought I
going
was in the
forward.
temple, like the temple that's
Yeah, yeah,
indestructible.
yeah. But you're at the edge of it and they left it. So
Okay, so
the
there is
temple.
a path out.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm booking it. Though I'm going to create a new tunnel.
Okay.
But if I have a feeling I don't want to be where the old tunnel is, just in case they were tracking it. So I'm doing a new tunnel, preferably taking a circuitous route. And do I see Adis, or is Adis still in the Tesla fraction as well?
They're inside the Tesla fraction. You can't see inside.
Okay, I'm gonna speak telepathically to Adis in case he can hear me and is still conscious. I'm gonna be like, you wanna stay or you wanna go?
Okay.
No, Adis is with us.
Yeah, he's inside the Tesla fraction.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I wanted to know if you wanted to go. In case he did, then I would wait for him.
No, just go.
Okay, okay, I'm going. All right.
All right. You
Says
jump out
Adis.
and you blast into the ground and you tunnel down below where the Tesla fraction, another 30 feet underground, and you go
I'm
along parallel.
Yeah, I'm actually summoning Numix if I can, and I'm gonna basically ask Numix to be my jetpack behind me, blowing a lot of air to like jettison me faster.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to speed up.
All right, cool. All right, so you summon Numix. Do I have pictures of Numix here? I probably do. Yeah. You summon Numix, and oh. Oh, he was just the bit from that elemental picture. Never mind. You summon Nimbus, and he bursts out behind you, and you surge forward, lending basically with the wind behind you, and accelerating you faster than your worm form naturally could go.
Perfect.
All right. You do hear as you're tunneling through the ground, you hear hold on, wait a sec. Let's see. So you hear this sound. Okay. Let's see here. As you're going through the ground, this is what you hear on your back. Renly. Except you gotta play it at a quarter speed.
Oh my god! It still sounds like a fun Wii.
Yeah. Alright.
It sounds cuter.
Alright. So that's what you hear at 0.25 speed from your back. As Annabelle Joy just
I don't think
shrieks
she's
into light.
bored anymore.
Okay. Alright. So Renly is off with the angels. She's heading off to safety. Deimos and Elwyn and Adis, what are you guys doing inside the Tesla fraction? Adis, you're just recovering. You're coming back to consciousness. Basically, you blacked out in that moment. The pain was so shockingly severe.
Deimos, grab him and go. I dropped the Tesla fraction, but as soon as I drop it, like it's where it's to the point where I have to spend more spell slots to keep it up. I'll drop it and I'll use my action to use my triple dragon staff. So it'll be the Dragon's Gaze, the Frozen Tirade, and the Storm of Solaria. I'll blast it in the direction of what's her name? Carrion?
Yeah, Carrion.
So I'll blast it towards the surface, and I'll keep that going because I can still. I think I have. Oh yeah, I haven't spent any sorcery points, so I can keep this going for a little bit.
Okay.
While Deimos and Adis start retreating.
Or we could just
beat
the shit out of it. If we beat it up.
As soon as the Tesla fraction drops, right? You can see outside basically a sea of red tendrils comes surging in towards you guys, right? And then Elwyn, you channel in all your fiery divine fury the heads of your dragon staff and blast out this powerful beam vertically and up towards the surface, tearing through rock and snow and stone and all this stuff, just blasting up vertically. You destroy a bunch of the tendrils in the process, knocking them backwards, disrupting their advance on you. Okay? Deimos, what are you doing? You see Elwyn do this.
So are we actually trying to run away? Are we gonna
go,
fight
bro? Go, bro.
Sure, we could fight it.
Go, I say.
You're right. I'm not very good at digging, though. I start digging.
Digging for. So in front of you is a tunnel. It's the old tunnel that Renly had burrowed a while ago.
I give him directions towards
There's
Renly.
new tunnel behind and old tunnel forward. You can go either way.
All right. I will grab Adis and drag him, and I'm going to start running. Now, once I get to the very end of this, like the absolute end of the Deimos Elwyn tether, can I pull him to me?
Oh, I love it, dude. That was my plan. I was just say just go until you can pull me.
Keep using your snowblower though.
Yeah, I'm still blowing that thing. I mean,
Okay.
I can
Yeah,
keep this going for another. I could spend my 20 sorcery points to keep on blasting this shit. So you can keep on going further, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Our
gonna guess.
tether is now. We buffed it, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's been upgraded.
1,400 miles, right?
Oh my
I don't remember.
god.
What did we buff it to? Does anyone remember?
It's
I don't.
it's
I don't.
good
I don't
though.
remember exactly what it was, but it started off at 100 feet.
I think we're actually somewhere in
Yeah,
the 1,000, and like I'm not even making that up. I actually think it might be 1,000.
yeah. Let's just say, let's call it 1,000 feet. So 1,000 feet is like a quarter mile. Call it a quarter of a mile.
Mhm. But my guy can run incredibly fast, so I think I can actually get to the end of that by the time he's like done, like just blasting back and forth. And I mean, he's using the super powerful thing. That's got to be doing something to this carrion, dude.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So he's surging up vertically. And Deimos, you're charging down this tunnel at Super Saiyan speed, right? Super Saiyan red speed. And by the time you hit the end of your tether distance, Elwyn, you've reached the surface, and you can see up above you, in the reflection of the daylight and the scintillating snow, shining above you. You can see Carrion, recoiled back by the sheer power of your blast, and get thrown backwards. Okay. Basically, the beam reaches him, and he gets blasted backwards. Okay, and in
That's
that
not my
moment,
usual effect on women.
the tendrils retract towards her. Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. What's the 3 beam damage?
Oh, you want me to roll damage?
Yeah.
Because I'll roll damage.
Yeah, roll damage.
It is that many, and that many.
Okay. So those are direct strikes to Carrion, um, blasting her backwards. Okay, and you can see her, Elwyn, up above the surface, just recoiling with the impact, and then you feel the tug of the tether. Okay.
Cool. Do you want me to use my 20 sorcerer points
For what?
to keep it going? Because I can keep it going.
Let's say you kept it up 2 rounds. One
Alright.
to break through the earth, and the second one to crash into her.
Perfect.
Then you feel the tug of the tether, and you are yanked a quarter mile away into the tunnel. You see Deimos there, both of you glowing in your auras of brilliance. Adis, your consciousness has finally returned. The blackness in your mind has receded. And you find yourself standing next to Elwyn and Deimos, who are just glowing in their full power.
Right before my super Elwyn form goes out, Elwyn just realizes he found his new power.
What's that?
And I firebolt Adis. And instead of doing that damage, it heals him.
He turned into a divine sorcerer.
I'm just trying to bullshit you the way that Anthony does me.
It works sometimes.
Oh, John Calvin is amazing.
Like, wait, I'm thinking back. Like, did I give him green
I know.
power?
I was like, wait a second, when did this happen?
Damn it.
I don't know, but now my
That's
firebolts
not how
heal.
you do it.
We win, guys.
I would teach you
Fuck
the
it, fuck
arts
it.
of healing because you've already learned to cauterize. So it probably take me about a day for you to be able to do that, which would make sense.
Fuck
And when
it,
the
why the hell
thunder
not?
fire god,
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay. Yeah. And you guys are.
I'm not gonna. I can't believe
Never,
I just thought of that right now.
You guys have. You guys have never popped off like this before. So. In the glowing embers of your divine fire, Elwyn, you extend the flames to Adis. Okay. And you can see the fire burning away his wounds. So let's see if I control.
Holy shit, it worked,
3
guys.
rounds.
You,
Cauterization to the max.
you just burned away his wounds. You're still
Ashes to
gonna burn
Burned away
ashes.
his wounds.
it heals.
Right. And you're not sure what the fuck just happened or how you did it, but somehow it worked. Okay? Okay, Adis, you're back.
Okay.
Alright. So you're back in present. Elwyn healed a lot of the damage that was on you, so you're at that current damage level.
Okay.
Alright. So, and as you guys pause for a second, 30 seconds later, you feel the ground under you rumbling and realize that you had surged ahead of where Renly was, and she is just now passing underneath you. With Numix, filling the tunnel with wind underneath you. I mean, there's a freight train. I don't know if you guys ever been to New York City. When the subway passes underneath the street, like the whole place just kind of like rumbles a little bit. That's kind of what's happening right here. Okay, what do y'all do?
I'm adding this heal mechanic to my fucking cantrip.
It's like in the dying light of your divine fire as it's going out. In that last action, you can turn your fire bolts into healing bolts.
So she's like right underneath us. Are we going faster than she is?
Well, you guys have stopped. You stopped and yanked Elwyn to you.
Yeah. But she's like right underneath us.
She's now passing right underneath you. Yeah.
So like we're faster.
At that moment, yeah.
All right. To catch up to her, I'm gonna go power through, and just like grab onto her, and I'm gonna go through her blowhole, pull everyone through.
I just realized something. It's easier to get the DM to do what you say when you just do it than when you like ask beforehand.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Anthony.
That's my strategy 100% of the time. I'll just start doing stuff,
Alex,
and then
he does
sometimes
it
it
to you all
works.
the time. And you just throw it.
He does this all the time.
I'm doing it now.
I always build really shitty characters, but then just do dumb shit, and sometimes it works.
Oh yes, because it's that cray.
Is that how you play in Elwyn's games too?
Way worse.
It's gonna be super serious.
Way worse, because it's a shit show.
I mean, like that's how your what do you call it? Your ripping of time and space happened. You just said,
Yeah.
I punched the air and I go there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, wait. I want to point out is I spent like at least 6 months before that trying to teleport by ripping
That's
through
right.
time to space.
That's right, you did.
I stick to a team. Just like this one, I'm gonna learn how to break someone with my mind muscles. That's my new goal.
The worst thing is that I always give him an NPC, and his NPC is always better than his regular character.
That's so true.
His new NPC is called Batman. Or is it?
Or is it?
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Do we get away?
So you still have some of your super demos activated. You tunnel down to below the ground, and you catch the Renly train as it's powering through. All right. So you said you want to grab her by the blowhole.
Yeah, we're gonna crawl in her blowhole.
I don't have a blowhole. I'm a purple
Then
worm.
I don't know what hole we're going in, but I found a hole and we're going in, Renly.
I don't know what to
Deimos, roll a medicine check.
do. Alright. I'm actually very good at medicine. I am a doctor, actually.
You're a
Holy shit,
medical
I actually am pretty good at medicine, even when I'm bad at it.
All right. So you do find entrance through a certain hole. You're not sure what the hole is, and purple worm anatomy is weird. Stuff isn't where it's supposed to be. Okay, so you're not exactly sure, but you find a gap in the anatomy of this worm-like creature, and you grab onto it, and you guys are now hanging onto the back of this purple worm. Your arms are fully entrenched in this. It's an orifice of some kind. All right, you're like sitting. You're not on its back. You're like inside this orifice of the purple worm. As you're traveling through the ground. Yeah.
Midas, before I pass out,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to extend an invitation to you.
Yo.
Sundays, I will be running a very, very, very difficult Ravenloft campaign. Not using the pussy ass Ravenloft rules from 5e, but I'm bringing in the second edition rules. I already went through it with these guys.
I never played second edition.
Dude, you're welcome to join. I just want to put it out there before I pass out. I was gonna say that, but I forgot to say it in the beginning.
Yeah, what time? Like, what do you know when it's gonna be?
Around
3:30 Pacific or 6:30 Eastern.
3:30 Pacific on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I actually might be able to do that.
I'm playing a cute gnome.
Like a female or male gnome?
Dude, it's a dude. He's just a nice little gnome. He's a gardener and he makes flowers.
That's pretty cute. What level? Level of character is gonna be?
Starting out 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
so Sundays at 3:30. Let me see if I can clear that on schedule wise. I might be able to.
Yeah, let me know. That way I can
Sweet.
tell you all the new mechanics.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Right, Gail? When Gail when I told her the new mechanics, she's like, wait, hold on. Is this like for everyone or just for like some time?
This just only happened when so-and-so happened, so it's just like all the time, and I clarified like 3 times because I was like, wait, seriously?
Is it the original? Is it the 5e Ravenloft, or are you playing like the original Ravenloft?
No. The original Ravenloft.
Okay, so I don't know what happens in that game.
It's bigger.
That's the best
Yeah,
part.
dude, it's awesome.
Sweet.
But just wanted to, before I pass out. All right.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Let's go
Cool.
back.
All right. I'll see if I can clear that with my family schedule and all that stuff. Okay.
Have them take
So.
Sunday afternoons, then you're good.
Yeah. All right. So Renly, they are sitting in one of your purple worm orifices, and you guys are speeding along the way, having rescued the angels Fidele, and having them and everyone's being carried on your back. So you guys have about a half day's journey along this worm. Yeah, call it a half day because Numix is behind you, speeding you up. Okay. Deimos, your Super Saiyan Red burns out.
Mm-hmm.
Elwyn, you're already no longer in your Fire God form. Is anyone doing anything in the half day that you have of travel?
Taking a fucking nap.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe someone should use their shield to give us a 10th level spell slot back.
Hey, I look at these guys, and before I take a long rest, I'm like, you're badgering me like a wife, and I like it.
And then I'll use my shield and try to get spell slots back. So
Okay.
here's
I
one.
think
Here's
you
2.
can't
Here's
regenerate
3,
10th level spell.
4.
Freaking.
Actually, I believe you said we could.
Yeah, you said you could.
That's
it was,
fucking bullshit.
Are you talking?
Because it was a
I rolled
shield.
20s.
It's fucking bullshit. There's no way I said you could regenerate.
I actually know for a fact.
We've
No
been
one told
talking
me-
about that loophole about getting our 10th level spell back for a while, and
you
you
want-
didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, do you want me to point
Fucking
out?
bullshit.
It was the
fucking
session
bullshit.
actually last time she was a worm.
You know what?
And,
You know what the funny thing is that conversation was recorded, put on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't.
This is
fucking-
the loophole that I was referring to, because I've gotten a 10th level back, and you didn't say anything about it then.
Oh my God.
I know you remember me talking about the loophole about the 10th level spell slots. I just didn't refer back to it until we had to use it again.
I don't know if I remember this. Let's see here. You have that, Deimos. You can pop this once a day.
Yeah.
All right, you can. Fuck it. You can get one back, and you gotta choose.
Wait. How about every nat 20 I roll, we can get one back? I got 2 fucking nat 20.
All right. Tell you what. So you get how many d20s you get to roll?
I get 5.
5
so
of them.
It's a very low chance.
Fine. Okay. On a nat 20, you get a 10th level spell. Sure.
And we can do 1. That's not fair.
Yeah. I'll buy that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Is that me, Deimos?
Got our 10s back, mother trucker.
I'll buy that.
And then after that, how many?
A total of, let's see how much we got.
Just give me 17 more.
I have 33 spell slots to pass out. I somehow rolled amazing. Besides,
you did. That's like freaking sick.
That's the best I think I've ever rolled this shit ever. Here, I'll get mine.
I mean, how many you have left?
So I just took.
I took one of the d20s.
I took 15. Oh, I took the d20s out so to get back my 10. I don't know if I had it or not, but I'm just gonna use it to make it easier to make sure I have it.
I will ask Deimos at some point to take a look at the angels who seem kind of out of it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck those guys, dude. We're more powerful.
Okay, so there's how many spell slots do you need?
Just 17.
Okay, take your 17. And now if I can heal that.
Well, that's for my 9th and my 8th.
Yeah, that's cool. Take it.
And I took one of the d20s for the 10th.
Yeah. That's all you. Can I use the rest into heals to try to see if I can make these angels not crazy?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can dump it
So that
into the
is
angels.
that's 11. So that's 1,100 healies to them.
Okay. All right. So you guys are on the back of this creature. All right. You're recovering, and this is the image that you see. They are conjoined. They share their wing. They share the surface of one wing, and you can see that their backs are connected to each other. It's not like in a gross way. It's like they're like conjoined twins where they're like barely functional. This is like they're
not gross.
Look at their feet. That's fucking disgusting.
It's like they're both whole, they're both individual, but they occupy the same space. It's like a weird visual effect, right? Who's doing the yellow? That's Deimos. I can tell whose color that is. That's Deimos drawing.
Wait a second, let me change my color.
I don't know what you guys are. Look at this. That's fucking disgusting. Looks like a fucking sea monster's dick, but split in two.
There's a
10,000 hit points.
There's a butt to butt right there. When they shit, they're shitting on each other.
Or no, they have to throw up their shit because there's no butt.
Maybe their shit lands on those ugly ass fucking feet.
Oh, that's why they're ugly.
I can't explain.
Oh, that's what it is right there. That little brown.
Oh my god.
They just defecated. They couldn't wipe it off.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right,
All right.
moving on.
Okay.
Oh, these guys are disgusting.
All right. They are odd, and even as angels go, you've never seen angels like this before. Okay. There is an oddness and even a repulsiveness about them, but also a weird grace and beauty. They're not like any angels you've seen before.
Can they separate their ugly feet, or are they like forever stuck together?
No. They can move, but they move in and out of each other's space. It's like they occupy the same space.
So they're
Um,
two separate people.
they're two separate
We can
creatures,
do
yeah.
that, Deimos. I get
But
in his
as you
underwear,
look at them, they
and then I get out.
sometimes they flicker and they phase in and out of each other.
That's pretty fucking
So it's
I believe
it's
I call that the
girls.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Your
Alabama
sibling.
man.
You guys are the Alabama Angels. That's what I'm gonna call you now. I do think Alabama's good, but just for uneducated, stereotypical stuff, you guys are the Alabama Angels, and you guys are siblings, and you just go in and out of each other. That's what I'm getting out of this, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, what'd you say,
The
Renly?
Bama Angels.
Oh no, it's almost like a temporal displacement, sort of like where they are both occupying the same space.
Yes. Yes, it's a displacement kind of occupying the same space. All right. As you heal them, Deimos, they both raise their heads and look at you. Life returning to their eyes, and their wings kind of flare upwards. Um, and they rise to their full height on the back. On the back of this purple worm, right? So they're about slightly taller than you. Not in you've seen larger angels, you've seen more imposing creatures, but again, there is a brutal oddness to these two. And they say, tell me, is my hold on?
Is my voice thing working?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
What's up,
Okay.
Euphemia?
They say,
That is really close to Euphemia's voice.
what? Fuck that. No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
They say,
Wait a minute. Was Euphemia always you, Midas?
He figured, bitch.
You son of a bitch.
sure. All right. They say,
From the darkness, we find ourselves alive. From the depths of despair, hope awakens. What impetus has brought this to pass? To whom do we speak?
I immediately start putting myself on guard, ready to use my 10th level spell slot again. Euphemia, you son of a bitch! Where are you? Show yourself.
I go up to them and I say, "Hey, angels of weirdness, the Alabama's angels. We were told to get you, and we got you. Not to get your other angel buddies, they're probably screwed, but we weren't told to get them. We gotta bring you back to the knowledge angel because she's a stupid nerd. And
Hey,
honestly,
that's my wife.
oh, well, sorry, Ellen. I don't want to break this to you, but your wife's a nerd. But she's a
they
hot.
both nod. They both nod their heads in unison, right? And they say,
Yes, what you say bears truth to it. The angel Magali had found us, unearthed us from our long dormancy.
Are you angels from a different age? You guys
One
some sort
might
of.
say that.
You guys different types of gods? Are you guys gods?
No. But we served a god from eons ago, the remnants of whom exists in this world today.
Oh, I get it. We have to bring this other god back so we can bring back both of everything. We are so smart. Geniuses.
Is that why? Hold on. I almost gotta think.
Who's the remnants?
I'm usually smarter than this, I promise. But it's your conjoined essence of whatever the fuck you guys are. Does that resemble the two gods that used to rule this plane? And are you the ones that can restore the balance
Bring it,
to
bring it back.
it?
My sister.
Deimos, I'm trying to think.
Don't think.
So
Just
funny.
do it.
Okay,
Did
is
you
that what you're
guys make
saying?
White Claws? Because it looks like you'd be like perfect on a White Claw can. I'm looking at one right now.
White Claw.
But like on the
Jeez.
download,
For
I don't know how
your
you drink
old
that shit.
god.
dude, it's
Oh,
because
it's
we have
delicious.
got really small wieners. But like, whatever.
It makes it, dude. White Claws makes your pee pee bigger. It puts hair on your chest.
No,
There's
that
no
doesn't
laws when
not.
you're at the claw.
No motherfucking laws. When you
Hair
drink claws.
on your chest.
Why are people
Please.
work? You just be sitting around drinking claws.
Because you're a hip. It puts your hair on your chest because
Drink
you're
water.
a hipster with your wearing your plaid and having your beard and your beanie, talking
No,
about
they don't.
saving the owls.
They don't like drinking.
Saving the owls.
I
No, dude. Yes, saving the owls, but it's not a beanie. It's a fucking one of those hats that don't have a like a cover to it, like the ones that you wear in tennis.
Uh,
You know what
Visor?
I'm talking
Okay.
about?
Mm.
Yes,
a visor.
a visor. But it's gotta be
Okay.
like shaded. It's gotta have like it's not solid. It's got like that transparent thing, like the one that goes over your face, but you don't wear it over your face. You wear it to the side like a pro.
Oh, to the side. There you go. Like 80s white rappers. Okay. Okay. So
Best kind of rappers.
so they
No,
so you asked them
that's
that.
not what I really think. No. Best. No, they are not. I'm a rap. I like rap, and they are not the best kind of rappers. I just want to say this for the YouTube. Please don't hunt me down. Don't say Elwin sucks. It was part of the character for the White Claw. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like the
Um,
Gemini age.
the angels nod at you, Elwin, as you ask them about their nature. They say,
You have a portion of the truth. Eons ago, before this current iteration of gods, the domains of the divine were different. Winter and knowledge were one. They existed within a single deity. That deity was Glyciliath, the god of what is. She ruled in a time of when the worlds were simpler. The planes functioned more as they should. But in a calamity long past, Glyciliath fell, as did the rest of her brothers and sisters. and their realm was divided. Since then, the portion of his realm that catered to the mind, to the intellect, coalesced and formed its own domain, twisting and changing from the wisdom that it once was into the cold calculating facts of knowledge, a lesser form of understanding reality. And the other half, the one of passion, emotion, and life itself, twisted and turned and changed into the relentless, bitter, frozen nature of winter. No longer warm, no longer intertwined, now frigid and dispassionate. And here we are, eons later, in the realm diverged of the essence of our own God from long past. The realms drifted apart, but finally the fates have intertwined them again. When two gods, one of each realm, took root on the same world, this one, the land of Shehakim. Those two gods, one of winter and one of knowledge, found the rejoining of those worlds, of those realms, and in them, the god and goddess, Ogma and Oril, took root. Their connection was inevitable, and their love blossomed. Once it did, we, the angels of Vasiliev, were reborn.
Okay, that's their monologue.
It's pretty good. So how do we get this shit back together?
They look at you, and they say,
What we know is that for a brief time, winter and knowledge were reunited, and that's how we came to be. That spark was our rebirth. But now, the rending of the heavens seeks to tear apart what the fates had declared should be rejoined. To re-tear this world and all that is. And we know now that if that is to occur, if winter and knowledge are to be separated once more, then it will be forever, and there will be no rejoining.
It's pretty shitty. Brittany, take over. I have to pee out of your orifice.
Deimos goes over to the edge and starts to fist. You can talk, Renly. Adis, you and Elwin and Adis can talk also.
Okay.
What do you guys want to ask or say or do with the angels?
How are y'all feeling right now?
Did what they said make sense?
But at the moment, my whole thing was like, yes, I just want to be like, yeah, how are y'all doing? Do y'all want some tea? Are y'all recovering?
They seem good. They're not at full strength, but Deimos's healing magic from his legacy item has definitely set them on the road to recovery.
That's good. Oh, thank God. Do you know what that thing was with the ribbons?
They look back over there, and they say,
A vile concoction, a twisting of nature. The antithesis of life. The corruption of union. That one is a special kind of monster. Summoned, created by the ones who tore this world apart. And left here to serve the demons that seek to maintain and complete this realm's destruction.
Oh, great.
"Okay. What else?"
I really got nothing at the moment.
Okay. All right. So you guys continue on your journey, in conversation with these angels. They like they said, they were reborn. They were created long ago as angels of this god from eons past, a god who was the divinity of what is. Right. That was the name of this god's domain. But due to a calamity, due to a rending, as has been part of the eternal cycle that you guys are find yourself a part of, the struggle between chaos, this eternal struggle between chaos and order. That god was slain, and her portfolio was forever changed. And in that moment,
I'm here. I promise.
go ahead. And in that moment, the realm of what is was torn into winter and knowledge. Both of them were incomplete and just, lesser versions of what they should be. But on this world, Oral and Ogma found themselves, for the first time since that happened, it was the closest that the two realms had been to rejoining. They both settled on this plane and became the gatekeepers of this plane. And as the angels had revealed to you, they found love. They were drawn to each other. So in that moment, in that spark, these angels were reborn. Okay, and then the demons came. So these angels have a unique insight into the nature of this plane, into the nature of the gods who lived here, and who operated here. So more of an insight than Magali, than Sistia would, than even you would get from that mountain of knowledge, because they're from their origin was the source of this whole plane. So if you have questions, ask now.
Can I reserve my questions for next week?
Are you falling asleep? I mean, sure, if you want, yeah.
I would like to employ that power of me asking question next week, Your Honor, and
Sure.
I rest my case.
Okay.
I Last, like, Ogma has moved on, and Oral is undone.
Before Renly says any of that shit, I said, I'll say, hold on, let Elwin come back to his senses, and before we tell him any of that shit, let me question him.
We will pretend that we reverse time and we come back to this point, but I'll ask my
Yeah.
question now.
Yeah, we'll retcon your conversation with them right here. We'll
Okay,
insert it here
Okay,
next week.
sounds
Okay.
good.
All
All
right,
right,
Renly,
So,
go
guys,
ahead.
I am gonna head out.
Yeah, you sound like you are about to collapse.
yeah.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Hey, you
Night
been
out.
working?
Yeah.
You just
Later, guys.
Night.
peace.
All right, Renly, what were you saying?
So with Ogma moving on and Oral undone at this time, what is the state of the realms at this moment? The plane. Is there any way of resolving this? What do we need?
Okay. Um.
This land is on the brink of destruction. The demons that occupy it tear it apart, consuming the very soul essence of this world, and with it all that remains of knowledge and winter. Once that remnant of power is consumed, these domains will be destroyed eternally. Not just left godless, but forever annihilated.
The
The
consumption
demons
of...
are using this.
What'd you say?
Oh, no, go ahead.
The demons are using this power to feed a creature. And that creature is the very opposite of what this world, of what our god Basilieth was.
Okay.
By nature, do you mean the tree or the steed?
So the tree is just the funnel.
Mm.
All right. What you guys have been seeing is that as all the souls, as all the creatures of this land are being fed into the tree, all that energy goes to the rider and steed.
We feed demons into it and have it go into the land.
Say what?
Can we try to kill all the demons but throw them into that tree? So the
I
tree.
know, I wanted to say, can we reverse that funnel? Can we, like, reverse that vacuum?
Oh, so
Um,
how did you guys keep that gigantic ass motherfucking horse sleeping for so long? Because if we could do that again, that would be super good.
They say.
The horse and rider are new. They were born from the sheer destruction and death that resulted in the war that occurred here. As the heavenly hosts and gods of this land died, the red being, he who shall not be named, took that death and used it, funneled it, redirected all that death, angel and demon, god and prince of hell, as they all died and gave up their soul essence. Asmodeus used it, churned it, and created that creature. The very epitome, the very embodiment the very opposite of all that this world represents.
Okay, that makes sense. So I say, hear me on this one. We all start being good, and then, like, you can't do that. But also, we find other things that have divine power, and then we, like, make more gods. How do we make more gods? Is that mountain a god thing? Can we turn that mountain into a god thing? I bet we could.
Insane.
You must redeem the gods of this world. There is one left, and she bears within her the ability to reunite the portfolios, to reclaim the domains. You must save her.
Can we do this before we eliminate that tree or fix that tree that's funneling all the soul energy into the steed?
He says,
The tree is a focal point. The steed will feed regardless.
Oh, damn.
Right, but let's get her, that lady god back and not be bad. And then if we do that, this whole place goes good. And we gotta take care of the red lady man. And then also the other demon person who has her messed up. But if we do that, we can have this whole land back to normal, right?
Not so simple. The tree is a focal point. The steed will feed regardless. Every death, every life snuffed out on this world will eventually be consumed and empower the steed. On this world right now is a host, an army, an entire division of demons. 1,000,000 strong, they rest and wait to be summoned to the war in the realms above. Their commander sits here, Geryon. In his grasp he enthralls Oral, the goddess of winter herself, she who is our only hope. And the host that he commands is restless.
Okay, I get it.
so the way it works here, right? What's happened is in the war. So this is the first time you've been to a realm where there's actual war. The last two, Lunaria and Solaria, were basically steamrolled. The Lunaria, it was a landing point. They were quickly overwhelmed. There was barely any struggle. On Solaria, they got there, and Bahamut had driven himself to madness, and didn't even summon his army. Right? He drove himself to madness so that he couldn't be corrupted. Okay? Yeah. But on this land was the first full battle. And in that moment, in the catastrophic clash of chaos and order, there was huge amounts of death. And what happened was that as Asmodeus had channeled that death, every soul that died in this realm, there, instead of going off to where souls should rest, Asmodeus had, through some mechanism, funneled and harnessed into the creation of the horse and rider. And that's the mechanism he set up here. So even now, every demon that you guys have killed, every angel that has been captured and slaughtered or fed through the tree, every death on this plane has fed the creature, has empowered the horse and steed even more. And right now, along with the hosts of angels and with all of the Vouchy and the sloth people, there are a million demons, that basically the reserves of the army. That's that's going on in the battle above, and they're waiting here, waiting to be summoned or deployed. Okay.
The last question I have for them is, you have any idea how to like deal with that steed? Like, do ya?
I was gonna be like, do we know what the mechanism or whatever to feed the steed? Because if we can somehow break that,
That's just the focal point. It feeds regardless.
No, it feeds regardless because of the thing that the dude made to have all the souls go there instead of the other resting place. So if we get the thing that makes the souls go to the normal resting place, it can't feed.
If
They say to you guys, they say,
we do not know how the creature does what it does, except that it is its nature. In order to overcome the steed and rider, you must confront it with that which it is not. It represents the antithesis, the opposite of all that this world is. It represents the death of and the tearing apart of knowledge and winter. If confronted, the reunification of those two realms. If you can rescue Oral, the goddess, and convince her to not only reclaim her domain, but to incorporate knowledge as well. Only then will she be the new Glacilith, embody that essence, that reunited essence of our God. And she will be able to rend the beast.
When you say it like that, that sounds pretty good.
Okay, so Oral is the answer. Okay.
okay.
We need a lot of tranquilizing bullets.
I feel like, did we lose Adis at some point?
What's up?
You've been really quiet. Did you have any questions?
No, I already said I didn't have anything at the moment. I really got nothing for him.
Okay.
Wait a second. I asked for the thing that Renly posted. Is Deimos the actual horseman rider?
Deimos is not the horseman rider.
Because I'm like always
Conquest
happy and sunny.
Conquest is the rider. No. Glory is the horse.
Yeah, am I not Conquest and Glory? I'm
always
like summary mood, and I'm dumb as shit.
You haven't learned your Conquest form yet. That's a future version of you.
There you go. Okay. So this mechanism that they're talking about, what Asmodeus has done here, this is new to you. You guys have not. This is new knowledge to you guys. You've been dancing around the truth of what these creatures are and everything, but you're seeing for the first time. I mean, you've seen crazy things that Asmodeus did amongst the planes before, like with the Maw of the Void, and stuff like that. But this is something new. He actually harnessed all the death that occurred here, to make himself more powerful, to make his minions more powerful. Okay. So this is manipulation of souls and divinity and everything, and on all that on a level that you've never seen or heard of before.
That's so.
Badass.
Okay. So that's the nature of the rider, of the horseman and rider. Let's see here, and like I said, it's constructed of the soul life of this plane. So what they're telling you is that in order to defeat it, you have to face it against that which it is not. Its own opposite. That would be
Opposite of
a
cavalry
reunited
be about a submarine.
a reunited a reunited domain, a reunited knowledge and winter in one god.
Okay.
Okay, that's what its opposite is. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. So that's where you guys are. Right now you're heading back towards. Let's see this map here. All right, you guys are headed back towards Ash Barrow. You're taking a more direct route this way now. In this larger circle down here, this one that I'm indicating, I'm flickering back and forth here, right? That is the staging ground of the demonic host. Okay, 1 million demons occupy that plane, right? And Oral, as you've heard before, is there, and she is not herself. She's been subdued. Okay, and the demon commander of all of this is a creature called Geryon. Right, the steed, you look over towards the mountains as you're and the steed is back on top of the mountain, is resting. The steed and rider have returned. You're not sure when that happened, but Conquest and Glory have returned, and they're back resting there. The never-ending train of souls are continuing to be fed to Malavelm, and that's like a direct pipeline. It's an accelerated process. Okay, of empowering the steed, the horse and rider. Your guys' concern is this big army, this big ass army, and the fact that even if you could somehow figure out how to destroy the army, right? Every death that occurred there would still empower the horse and rider even more. All right?
Yep.
Okay. That is your
Horseman
predicament.
rider, big dicks.
Yes, very much so. All right. Anything else? Any questions?
No, I'll be honest. It was like an 80-hour week. I'm probably gonna pass out.
Yeah, we'll call it here. So you guys, you finish your journey, right? And you get to this, you get to the barrier, right? And Vouchy is able to, once he gets there. You guys have been through the barrier before, so the people on the inside recognize you. They lower the barrier at a certain spot, and you're able to burrow through underground and bypass all those the defenses, and the demons are since you're underground, they don't notice you. And you
Purple
guys
worm
rejoin.
form. I cry a little.
Purple. There you go. Yes, you rejoin the rest of Vouchy's people and the Angels of Knowledge here in Ash Barrow. Okay. So that's where we'll leave it off tonight. You guys have fled to safety. The demon Carrion is still out there, and there's this whole predicament with the heavenly host and the crazed goddess of winter that you had to unravel.
Dude, thanks for running, man.
All right. Yep. All right.
You.
Good job. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you all next week.
Yeah, see you guys.
Yep. See ya.
Is Elman's game this Sunday?
Yeah, the session 0 was yesterday, and we're still trying to figure out some stuff on characters, but I think the first session is this coming weekend, which would be the 14th.
Okay, cool. I'll see what I can do. I'll have to talk to
Cool.
check my schedule and that kind of thing. All right.
No problem. See
All
ya.
right. Have a good night, guys.